I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the independent commission responsible for investigating the facts of the largest mass shooting in Maine's history met for the first time today at the State House. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard was there and shares more.
A commission that pledged transparency began their first meeting behind closed doors in an executive session. An hour later, they opened up the meeting to members of the public and members of the media.
Several people have said to me in the last few days that this is a daunting task, and that was their word for it, but it's the right word.
The Honorable Daniel Wathen, a former Chief Justice of the Maine Supreme Court, is the commission chair for the Independent Commission to investigate the facts of the tragedy in Lewiston, which was created by an executive order from Governor Janet Mills in response to multiple calls by members of the media for more transparency regarding how law enforcement and officials handled the October 25th mass shooting by Robert Card.
It's a task that each of us owe to the people of Maine, and particularly to those victims and those affected directly by this horrific and unprecedented tragedy.
Wathen says he has a specific timeline in mind for the commission's work.
My goal for a timeline is to conclude our work with a written public report within 6 months. That report should include detailed factual findings regarding the response of law enforcement and others, both before, during, and after this tragic event.
Wathen also addressed the issue of transparency.
And the executive order of Governor Mills directs us to conduct our work in public insofar as it is practical to do so and to the maximum extent possible.
The commission then voted to request subpoena power from the legislature when the legislative session begins on January 3rd. Governor Janet Mills and Attorney General Aaron Fry issued a joint statement regarding the commission's vote, saying, quote, "As we pledged when we established the independent commission, we will do all we can to ensure the commission has the resources and powers it needs to discharge the fact-finding responsibilities fully and properly." The commission scheduled the next tentative date for December 14th, but said that their investigators and staff should begin work as soon as possible. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
4 picketers were arrested by Baileyville police outside Woodland Pulp Mill this morning. The incident following a months-long back and forth between the paper mill and 2 maintenance unions. Our Doug Banks went to the picket line and brings us the latest details.
We're not going anywhere!
Dozens of striking mill workers took to the picket line as negotiations remained stalled for another week. Joining the 2 maintenance unions on the picket line for the 4th time was local union S6 from Bath Ironworks. Strikers say there's been a police presence throughout their demonstrations, but on Monday, as other picketers looked on, Baileyville police arrested 4 people for allegedly blocking the truck entrance into the mill.
I know we called law enforcement because apparently there was blocking of trucks going on.
This is the 3rd time I've been up here, and every time I've been up here, they've used the cops in some way to make it harder for these people to just, fight for their jobs.
3 of those being union S6 members.
One of the ones that got arrested was my younger brother. I think it doesn't surprise me with this company. They treat the workers horrible.
It doesn't matter whether you're local 6, 1490, any union brother or sister that needs any help on the front line fighting for a fair contract, we're there, we're ready.
Maine Senate President Troy Jackson voiced strong support for the picketers.
I don't know exactly where the people were standing or anything like that, but if they're just out here doing their constitutional right of picketing, then I think it's bull. Because these people have the right to walk here just like anyone else.
Brendan Wolf of Woodland Pulp says their operations are still at full capacity, and he personally supports union striking, but disagrees with their reasoning.
The union has seen our position as far as what we have for the change in job classifications, and that is what it is.
Speaking with union leaders and members, their mission remains the same. It's not about the money. It's about protecting their core trades.
These are skilled tradesmen that have gone through apprenticeship programs or schooling for their trade, and that's what they do, and this place doesn't appreciate it at all.
In Baileyville, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news, a Skowhegan man is facing charges after allegedly running over a woman with a vehicle in Bingham. A woman was struck and badly injured Saturday morning and is now being treated at a Portland hospital. Police had been looking for 43-year-old Ryan Paul Mann since the incident, and they say he turned himself in following a phone conversation with a deputy. He's charged with aggravated assault and driving to endanger. 2 men from New York have been convicted of a violent attempted theft of drugs from a home in Rangeley. The guilty verdict came after a 3-day trial in Bangor. According to evidence presented at the trial, 53-year-old Andrea Muller and 43-year-old Robert Holland, along with 3 other men, developed a plan to steal controlled substances from a Rangeley residence. In July of 2016, 2 co-conspirators entered the home armed with knives with the intent to take those substances. During the robbery, the intended target shot and killed one of the co-conspirators. Muller and Holland were convicted during a previous trial in 2022. A judge granted them a motion for a new trial based on evidence of juror prejudgment. Muller and Holland now both face up to 20 years in prison. A vigil tonight in downtown Bangor memorialized transgender people who were killed in hate crimes. November 20th is the Transgender Day of Remembrance. Dozens of individuals gathered at Pierce Park to honor the transgender community of Bangor and remember those who died due to violence. Speakers will say they hope to provide a safe place for Bangor's LGBTQ+ community to reflect.
Transgender Day of Remembrance is a very difficult day for many of us, particularly for us who identify as transgender. It means a lot to be able to come out here and hold space and be able to be with other trans and non-binary individuals.
The Human Rights Campaign reports that 33 transgender people have been killed in hate crimes since November of 2022. Almost half of those victims were killed by a friend, family member, or partner. To find out more about how you can support Maine's transgender community, you can visit our website at foxbangor.com. Over the weekend, a Dover Foxcroft police officer and his family lost their home and 2 pets in a devastating fire. Several donation efforts are already being set up by the community. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
On Sunday afternoon, at least 12 fire departments spent several hours battling a fast-moving house fire in Dover Foxcroft.
It spread very quickly. We were amazed at how fast it spread.
According to the Dover Foxcroft Fire Department, ring camera footage revealed that the fire started when a GFI outlet on the exterior of the home failed.
They had just spent the year fixing it up, and they had animals around and was setting it up like a farmstead.
Carol and Eric Boothroyd live across the street and called 911 after seeing the flames. The home belonged to Tyson and Amanda Obear and their children, who were not home at the time of the fire. Tyson is a well-known police officer in the Dover Foxcroft community.
Tyson has been a member of the police department here for many years. He's just somebody that the community knows and respects.
Police Chief Seth Burns says members of the community have already begun donating to the officer and his family.
When we got back to the station, we found that our front porch was already covered with bins and bags of clothes and toys and various items.
And several donations have been made to the fire station as well.
To be part of a small community that everybody comes together in a time of need. We've had tons of people coming in, dropping off bags, clothes, books, money. It's a great feeling.
An account has been set up in the family's name at the Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union in Dover Foxcroft. Donations can be dropped off anytime at the police or fire station, and links to a GoFundMe page can also be found at foxbangor.com.
The volume of support that's been coming directly to us, it's a tremendous thing to see, and we certainly appreciate it at the police department, and I know the Ober family does as well.
In Dover Foxcroft, Grace Blanchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Great to see the community coming together to support that family in need. Bangor City Councilors selected a new council chair last week. It's one of the few times in the city's history that a woman has been chosen to serve as the mayor of Bangor. Cara Pelletier says she's excited about the appointment, and our Craig Colson got the chance to speak with her about some of the big issues facing the city.
I do, and I think as folks look back on 2023 in a few years, we're going to see that it was a year where we made some incredible investment in the community. A lot of it has to do with the ARPA funds that were given to Bangor by the government. We spent the majority of the last year allocating those funds to organizations that we think are going to do good work here in Bangor. So we spend a lot of money on substance use disorder, on helping to provide infrastructure for affordable housing. Those things take time. And so that's why I say history will remember it as a great year, because right now it looks like we're just writing checks. But there's a lot of work that will be done and will continue to be done over the upcoming year.
Mayor Pelletier says the new council is also made up of very diverse members, which will help them tackle the challenges the city faces in the years to come. You can watch the entire interview tomorrow morning on Good Morning Maine with Craig Colson and Emma Smith. AAA Northern New England outlined what the roads will look like this holiday season, and they say they're shaping up to be especially busy this week. Our Matthew Juronsik has details.
With Thanksgiving right around the corner, transportation experts want to make sure motorists are using extra caution on the roads.
An empty chair at the table for Thanksgiving is one too many. Make sure you drive carefully. Get there safely.
AAA projects that 2.5 million New Englanders will travel on the roads this week, a 2.6% increase over last year. During Thanksgiving week alone, 6 people have died in motor vehicle crashes in the past 5 years, according to the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety. Authorities say reducing traffic incidents starts with the individual behind the wheel.
Please stay sober, be courteous, obey all traffic laws. Remember that safety is all of our responsibility, and together we can create a joyful and memorable holiday season.
You've got to be paying attention because a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of traffic's going to be out there. A lot of things going with pedestrians and that type of thing. You've got to really be attentive to your driving, because if you're not, just 2 seconds off the road with your eyes doubles the chances of a crash.
Experts say another way to be prepared this holiday season is by making sure your vehicle is ready to take on the trip.
It's important to get your battery tested this time of year before it gets really busy. Making sure all of your fluids are topped off, your windshield washer fluid, your coolant, your oil, your transmission fluid. Those are all things that could possibly cause breakdowns.
Looking for the best time to travel this week? AAA Northern New England recommends traveling anytime before noon and anytime after 5, and to avoid any time in the mid-afternoon. Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
So all good things to keep in mind there. Also sounds like we'll have some weather to contend with this week for travelers. And on that note, let's turn things over to Jeff Weller and take a first check of our forecast now.
All right, Peter, thank you. Happy Monday. Busy travel week for sure, as Thanksgiving is on Thursday. And we have quite a large storm system on the way affecting us beginning late tomorrow night. More so, though, for Wednesday into Thursday. Already, gale watches are up. And over here, well over here, that's a winter weather advisory likely to be expanded in some way into our region tomorrow. Okay, lots of clear skies out there today, then some clouds, clear skies and some clouds. Overall, though, mostly clear out there tonight. And tomorrow, we'll have this guy on the way that will likely bring us lots of cloud cover. And then tomorrow night, increasing clouds followed by that rain-snow mix getting in here on Wednesday. For tonight, though, looking at all clear skies across the region, low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Peter?
All right, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that system. Jeff, thank you. And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Governor Mills dedicates a day to Maine's Christmas tree growers. We'll have more on the booming industry. And a Bar Harbor woman creates her own business to share her love of Italian cuisine. We'll have those stories and much more local news when we come right back.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an Ioniq 5 for $299 a month, plus get a complimentary EV charger and installation credit. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Football fans, with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
U.S. Cellular is built for Maine. It's a network for telling inside jokes from across the country. Built for streaming your favorite song 1 more time, 10 more times. Built for capturing the moments you'll never forget. U.S. Cellular is proud to have been awarded top performing network availability in Maine, with coverage across all counties. U.S. Cellular, a network built for us.
Tuesdays, big names go head-to-head.
I can name that tune in one note.
Whoa! Celebrity Pack Name That Tune. Only Tuesdays on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from the mayor of Bangor in regards to her plan for the future. Plus, we'll get the lowdown on profits from sports wagering in Maine. And a woman from Bar Harbor is bringing the tastes of Italy to Maine with her new pasta business. These stories and your full holiday forecast coming up.
Welcome back. Governor Mills has declared November 24th as Maine-grown Christmas Tree Day. The production and sale of fresh Christmas trees and wreath products is estimated to create more than $18 million in direct economic impact every year. It also provides jobs for nearly 800 Maine people. A statement from the Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry says the governor's proclamation recognizes the contributions of more than 100 family farms that make up the nonprofit Maine Christmas Tree Association. DACF Commissioner Amanda Beal says, quote, "At a time of year when many bring joy to their homes with beautiful Maine-grown Christmas trees and wreaths, it's a great reminder of how much of the work of the agriculture community in Maine enhances our lives and makes special occasions all the more special," end quote. Have to agree with her there. A woman from Bar Harbor is bringing a taste of Italy to the Maine coast. Lindsay Chalou's numerous visits to the European country inspired her to create her own culinary business where she makes pasta from scratch. Our Jody Hersey takes us into her kitchen.
Lindsay Chalou is a Maine girl that has a heart and a palate for Italy.
I went to Italy the first time when I was 12 years old with my parents, and then we frequented Italy a few times after that, including I went there with my school for a few weeks and we just toured the entire country.
Those trips to Italy changed the trajectory of Chalou's life, inspiring her to open Mount Desert Island Girl Pasta Company in 2019, where she is not only the owner, but the sole employee as well.
I did major in culinary arts and I always had a soft spot for baking, so this is like my in-between the two majors.
In her private commercial kitchen in Bar Harbor, Chalou makes several flavors of fettuccine and ravioli.
It's like a muscle, it works its way out. The more you work it out, the more structure pasta has, and it will hold together and have more integrity at the end.
Unlike dried pasta, Chalou's fresh pasta, like her roasted red pepper fettuccine dish, takes 90 seconds to cook. And it's full of flavor.
You finish it with like really good olive oil.
Mount Desert Island Girl Pasta Company products are also available in some retail and wholesale shops like A&B Naturals in Bar Harbor, the Blue Hill Co-op, and Tiller and Rye in Brewer.
My family loves pasta and my kids like pasta, so I try to make it as much as I can. I'm definitely not sick of it. Not anytime soon either.
In Bar Harbor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And who doesn't like pasta? Really cool to see her process there, and great to know that it's available locally too. All right, well, coming up, we'll have the biggest headlines from across the nation, including the latest on congressional funding for Israel and Ukraine. Stay with us.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or VZ location.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Today's real estate market has changed dramatically.
It's changed in both buying and selling.
There are so many things to keep in mind.
Higher interest rates, property insurance issues, and higher prices.
That's why more than ever, it's important you choose an experienced team.
That's us. We want to help you sell well
and buy well. It's a professional experience from start
to sold.
Dude, you coming?
Alka-Seltzer Plus PowerMax Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
It's a smart center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
You're replacing me?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I've been on both sides of the apprenticeship process as an apprentice and as the training director. As an apprentice, I know that it was a great opportunity and a great experience to go through the program. And on the sponsor side of things, I know that it's a great opportunity for us to be able to grow our workforce as well as have control on the training portion to make sure that we are training the future that we need in the field. We could use a lot more licensed electricians in the state of Maine for all the projects that are happening.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Much of the focus of the world's attention on the Israel-Hamas conflict centers on the Gaza hospital, Israel identified as a staging area for the terrorist group. Health officials say 31 babies in extremely critical condition were transferred from the facility to a hospital in Egypt. All of this as negotiations are said to be ongoing to win release of the hostages held by Hamas. Fox's Alex Hogan is in northern Israel tonight with the latest.
New footage of the findings at Al-Shifa Hospital.
Underneath it is a huge terror city. Huge. I mean, you're talking about tunnels that can carry lorries and cars and jeeps and so forth.
Israel has not shared evidence on that just yet, but did release this footage of this 30-foot deep tunnel, which it says features a sniper firing hole, a staircase, and a blast-proof door that troops have yet to open. As ground forces target Hamas military sites in Gaza, Israel also released security footage Fox won't air from inside the Shifa hospital on October 7th, showing gunmen bringing in what the IDF claims are 2 hostages. With hostage negotiations underway, some of their families today demanded the government strike a deal. U.S. President Joe Biden faced questions whether a deal was near.
I believe so, but I'm not prepared to talk to you. Believe so? Yes. Thank you.
Today, the premature babies who were trapped inside that hospital were evacuated to Egypt. But conditions on the ground are getting worse today for the tens of thousands living in evacuation zones.
Enough massacres, enough war, enough displacement. That's what I'm asking for. We are not asking for the moon.
Meanwhile, in northern Israel, escalation along the border with Lebanon. Hezbollah fired dozens of rockets and attack drones, and the IDF responded with airstrikes.
So right now we're in the shelter. You can see on the screen here, we're able to look at the view. We just got an alert of a hostile aircraft intrusion, typically a drone that we see from the shelter here. We're able to stay underground, watching the camera that's on the roof for possible interceptions taking place outside.
One of those strikes landed near a military base just along the border.
The State Department is highlighting the growing concern of extremist violence against Palestinians in the West Bank, calling on the Israeli government for more accountability when dealing with these cases. In northern Israel, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
And the Israel-Hamas war is top of mind for most U.S. lawmakers, but the Pentagon says the U.S. has to act now to send more monetary and military support to Ukraine. Fox's Rebecca Castor is in Washington with more on the fight to fund Ukraine's war with Russia.
A handshake of good faith. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin making a surprise visit to Ukraine capital city Monday, reinforcing the nation's support for Ukraine in its fight for freedom.
The United States of America is with you. We will remain with you for the long haul.
It's a slightly different message than the one Congress is sending, though. Lawmakers have funded the government through January without a supplemental spending package, including more aid to Ukraine, leaving the Pentagon with a dwindling amount of money left in its budget to keep sending weapons.
I'm not going to forecast how long that's going to last. That certainly wouldn't do the Ukrainians any good. That would really benefit the Russians. We need Congress to pass that supplemental request.
Ukrainian forces have been fighting for nearly 2 years, and war fatigue is setting in. And now the world's and much of Congress's attention is focused on the war in Israel.
The fact is, people are starting to forget about Ukraine. And you can feel this Ukraine fatigue playing out in political circles across the U.S.
But the White House is focused on shoring up support for Ukraine. President Biden writing in an op-ed this weekend, quote, "Our commitment to Ukraine today is an investment in our own security. It prevents a broader conflict tomorrow." Meanwhile, the Ukraine and U.S. militaries will hold a joint conference in D.C. next month to boost Ukraine's domestic arms production in case supplies from the U.S. and other nations start to decrease. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Former President Trump is making a big push for his immigration policy. He was at the southern border over the weekend, where he picked up a key endorsement as he continues to dominate the primary polls. Fox's Mike Emanuel takes a look.
Former President Trump's commanding lead over the Republican field holds no sway over Nikki Haley. In New Hampshire today, she ruled out being Trump's running mate.
I find it offensive. I don't play for second. I'm going to work for number one, and I'm going to finish as number one.
When asked about the crisis at the border, Haley took a page out of the Trump playbook.
We will go back to the Remain in Mexico policy so that they process in Mexico and never step foot on our soil. And instead of catch and release, we'll go to catch and deport. That's how we'll fix the situation on the border.
The crisis at the border was front and center over the weekend when Mr. Trump was in South Texas to receive the endorsement of Governor Greg Abbott. The governor said the status quo is not sustainable.
2 years ago, we had more than 2.3 million people apprehended coming across the border illegally. This past year, more than 2.4 million have come across the border illegally. Altogether, under Joe Biden,
Trump says he would launch the largest mass deportation effort in U.S. history if elected and would reinstate travel ban.
We're going to take over that border and we're going to make it. We had the most secure border in our history. Now we have the most unsecure border in the history, I believe, really, of the world.
Attorneys for the former president were in federal appeals court here in Washington today over a gag order. Their argument was the First Amendment would allow Mr. Trump to say whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Government attorneys wanted to keep the former president from using the word liar in social media posts about a potential witness or prosecutor. It is unclear when the three-judge panel will rule. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
One of the biggest names in artificial intelligence has been dumped from OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, and Microsoft wasted no time scooping him up. Fox Business's Susan Lee has more on the artificial intelligence shakeup.
OpenAI makes ChatGPT, and the reason that we've all been talking about AI, artificial intelligence, over the past year, a shocking boardroom coup that shook Silicon Valley over the weekend. CEO and co-founder Sam Altman blindsided, fired via video link on Friday. The OpenAI board said that he was not consistently candid in his communications with the board, hindering its ability to exercise its responsibilities. There are numerous theories on why he was fired, and that includes conflicts of interest with Altman's other private AI ventures. Also concerns that he was pushing speed and profits of AI products ahead of safety considerations. Now, there were talks this weekend to actually bring back Altman as CEO, with him tweeting this photo of him with a guest badge on Sunday at OpenAI headquarters. But this morning, Microsoft confirming they have now hired Altman and other senior OpenAI executives. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella tweeting that we're extremely excited to share the news that Sam Altman and Greg Brockman, together with colleagues, will be joining Microsoft to lead a new advanced AI research team. We know that Microsoft is the largest OpenAI investor. They've invested at least $12 billion, but the first person to actually put money in was Elon Musk, and he tweeted that it's very important for the public to know why the board felt so strongly about their actions. If it was a matter of AI safety, that would affect all of Earth. Also, more intrigue this morning with 500 of the 700 OpenAI staff now threatening to quit, join Altman at Microsoft. Instead, they want the board to resign and Altman to be reinstated. Even the alleged coup leader says that he now regrets the board's actions and wants to reunite OpenAI. Susan Lee, Fox News in New York.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a Maine shoe store launched its annual sock drive, and they're looking for your help to meet their goal. And in sports, the bye week is over, and the Patriots have some questions to answer, specifically about their quarterback. We'll be right back.
Anybody ever seen anything like this?
This city needs you.
911 Lone Star, Tuesdays on Fox. Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has a cost-friendly Kia with your name on it. Choose from our fleet of front-wheel drives, all-wheel drives, hybrids, and fully electric vehicles, all affordable, tech-packed, and great on gas. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or check out the new 2023 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. All come loaded with safety features and are great on gas. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. All things basementy. Our Stable Lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for two. Bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Current qualified lessees can lease this Silverado for $389 a month, or well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on this Silverado.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back. The CDC says a listeria outbreak is being linked to several fruits. The agency issued a food safety alert in numerous states, saying listeria has been found in some peaches, plums, and nectarines. 11 people have been infected in 7 states. 10 have been hospitalized, and 1 person has died. The infected fruits were sold in stores nationwide in 2022 and 2023 between May 1st and November 15th. The CDC says some of the recalled fruit could possibly be in some people's homes right now. They're advising people to throw that fruit away. Iceland, meanwhile, is bracing for what could be its largest volcanic eruption in decades. Officials say it's possible the event could destroy the fishing town of Grindavik. Fox's Brian Yennis has more.
Hundreds of small earthquakes rocked southwestern Iceland on Monday as magma moved slowly to the surface. Officials here believe there's still a high chance of a volcanic eruption within days. If and when that happens, they expect to have at most a 30-minute warning.
We will be assessing the likelihood of an eruption as relatively high, if for no other reason, just because there are people there and we need to really be sure.
Scientists say the ground has swelled around a vital power plant that provides electricity and hot water to 30,000 households. Crews are racing to build 2 walls around that plant and the famous Blue Lagoon hot springs to protect them from lava flow.
We're not stopping the lava. What we're going to try to do is to divert it, so it comes to the barriers and flows beside it, away from the things that we're protecting.
Officials say an eruption could occur anywhere along a 9-mile magma tunnel that's sitting just below the surface. But there's a growing fear it could destroy the fishing town of Grindavik. Nearly 4,000 people have evacuated so far. On Monday, some folks waited for a police escort to be brought back into town. They then have 10 to 15 minutes to save any personal belongings.
We don't know if we're going to have a home or what, because if it doesn't erupt, we don't know anything.
After sustaining damage from earthquakes, officials say it could be months before people are allowed back into the town of Grindavik. In Grindavik, Iceland, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
Tributes are pouring in honoring former First Lady Rosalind Carter, the beloved wife of President Jimmy Carter for more than 77 years. Mrs. Carter died on Sunday in her hometown of Plains, Georgia, just days after entering hospice care on Friday. Fox's David Spunt is in Plains, Georgia, with reaction to the legacy she leaves behind.
People across the world remembering former First Lady Rosalind Carter.
Just yesterday when we lost former First Lady Rosalind Carter, who walked her own path, inspiring a nation and the world along the way.
Carter, who was battling dementia, died Sunday at age 96. But she leaves behind a lasting legacy of public service through her humanitarian work, advocacy on mental health issues, and push to improve care for the elderly.
The country lost a champion in many areas, not only with Habitat for Humanity, but mental health. For women as a whole.
She was married to former President Jimmy Carter for more than 77 years, the longest of all presidential marriages. Rosalind was often at her husband's side as a loving wife and confidant during his time in the White House and beyond. In a statement Sunday, the former president said, "Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me." One of the couple's 11 grandchildren, State Senator Jason Carter, among those paying tribute, posting this photo on X. Mrs. Carter is not just being remembered for her work in the White House. She and former President Carter created the Carter Center to further their commitment to human rights around the globe.
These two people working together that became such a force in what was done in Africa in global health.
Mrs. Carter's legacy will be honored for 3 days, beginning next Monday.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Tired of your internet service constantly letting you down? Those other providers may promise the world with their flashy advertisements, but are you truly having a good customer experience? Fear not, because there's a new player in town. Introducing GoNet Speed. No more endless hold times or automated responses. We're here to listen, support, and provide you with the exceptional service you deserve. Our fast, reliable fiber internet, it's mind-blowing. Let us show you what true internet satisfaction feels like.
It's season 10 of The Masked Singer. And there's so much in store. Don't miss it. All new Wednesdays on Fox.
All right, here we go. Your Maine weather's brought to you by Maniac Collectibles. Visit us at the Bangor Mall for Pokemon, Magic board games, and more. And we are talking about temperatures from October. The results came in, and October came back as the warmest October on record. That's globally, land and ocean temperatures. And 174 years of record keeping on this map. Red's above average, blue is below, a very warm month of October. Now, here we are about to end the year shortly, right? Year to date, 2023 is now on track to be the hottest year on record, land and ocean temperatures again, with those warm temperatures out there again for today. For us, though, 36 in Bangor, 33 Millinocket is all we did today, slightly below average temperatures across our neck of the woods for now, and that sets the stage then for tomorrow, as we have mixed precipitation on the way for tomorrow night, and more so for Wednesday and Thursday. And we've kind of flipped it over, right? Remember last week I showed this map, mid-November had temperatures well above average forecasted. Now, for the end of November, well below average temperatures are forecasted for much of the U.S. for the end of November, including us across our region, and that could put temperatures most likely in the 20s to 30s around here. All right, a speed bump on the way, though. So for us, of course, a busy travel week this week. Lots of you are on the move, and we have quite a large storm system on the way, beginning to impact us late tomorrow night, but more so on Wednesday into Thursday. Until then, though, tomorrow, lots of sunshine, temperatures back in the 30s. Snow, light snow arrives for tomorrow night, late, like really late, after midnight, and then a rain-snow mix gets in here on Wednesday into Thursday. Outside today, though, not so much. Lots of clear skies for a while, and then a couple of high clouds, not a big deal at all. Overall, though, lots of clear skies for tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, followed by our next weather system getting here. And it's a doozy. It's this guy right here. Lots of energy, lots of moisture, all moving our way slowly. So once it gets here late tomorrow night, throughout the day on Wednesday, it's not going to end until probably midday on Thursday. Of course, Thursday is also Thanksgiving. Lots of effects with this one. So tonight, no issues at all. Here's tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock or so, looking at lots of sunshine. Then increasing clouds late tomorrow evening. Here's 4 o'clock, still dry across our area. And then after midnight, probably more so early Wednesday morning, here's some snow, rain, rain-snow mix developing across our area. And this, by midday on Wednesday, could be locally heavy rainfall, a rain-snow mix in here, then heavy snow north and west of the Bangor area. That gets out of here Wednesday night, but more so on Thursday morning. And overall, we got a healthy rain event on the way for sure. Where this stays all snow, north and west of the Bangor area, it could easily be shovelable snow for you. Our forecast then tonight, though, is lots of clear skies, low temperatures down near 20. For tomorrow, all right, so mostly sunny, increasing clouds late, high temperatures up near 40. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows increasing clouds tomorrow night, rain-snow mix on Wednesday, rain-snow mix on Thursday. We get a break in the action for Friday before another system gets in here Saturday into Sunday of next week. Peter?
All right, so just another great chance to remind everyone to take extra caution on the roads, even if they're just traveling a short distance between now and Thanksgiving. All right, Jeff, thank you. And there's more to come in sports. Stay with us.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources. hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Black Friday deals are happening now at the Furniture Gallery. Gather your family for a holiday meal with this 5-piece dining set, only $3.99. Looking for more family room seating? How about recliners starting at $2.99 and sofas just $3.99? Update your guest room with an Ashley Queen 5-piece bedroom set for $8.99. And don't forget the mattress starting at just $2.99. My family is here to provide you with the best value for your money on brands like these. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's talk some football here to start. It was a Sunday without Patriots football, and it was kind of refreshing. But the bye week is over, and New England is back in action on Sunday against the 3-8 Giants. Last time out, it was an ugly one. Mac Jones throwing a really bad interception late in the game, leading to him being benched, and Bailey Zappi coming in for the potential game-winning drive. And then when Zappi got in, he threw a interception to seal the game. So a lot of questions surrounding who will be under center for New England on Sunday. Last week, Mac Jones took reps with the first team in their one full practice, but Bill O'Brien on Monday morning saying that decision has definitely not been made yet.
The other day at practice, Mac took the first team reps. Bailey rotated in there. Will Greer rotated in there. So we'll see. We haven't had consistent enough execution in the games, obviously, and so we'll see what happens down the road here. But we've got to have a good meeting, walkthrough today, practice tomorrow, practice Wednesday. We have to have good practices, and then we can all determine at every position who should play the most.
All right, sounds like Allen Iverson right there. We're talking about practice. Let's head to the University of Maine now. It was a big weekend for Maine women's hockey, sweeping ranked Vermont on the road 3-0 and 3-2. The Catamounts, they were ranked the 14th best team in the country at the time. Following that weekend, Maine basically sweeping the Hockey East Weekly Awards. For the third time this season, Ida Kupala was named the Hockey East Player of the Week. Senior captain Elise Morphy was named the Defender of the Week. And then rookie goaltender Julia Bacchetti was named the Hockey East Rookie of the Week. Kupala, 3 goals in the weekend, 2 of them game winners. Morphy assisted on both of those game winners, and Bacchetti stopped 45 pucks all weekend, had her first shutout of her career on Saturday. Maine also receiving 4 votes in this week's USCHO poll. Staying with Maine here onto the basketball court. Safe to say Ann Simon's ankle is feeling all right. She was just named America East Player of the Week for the second consecutive week. On Tuesday, Simon led Maine to victory over the A-10 preseason favorites from Rhode Island with 25 points, 21 of those in the second half. She has now reached 20-point scoring for 3 straight games, also adding 5 rebounds and 3 assists to the mix. She's now the leading scorer in America East and ranks 6th in rebounds. All right, let's move on now. It is opening week for high school winter sports. Basketball tryouts underway. Boys hockey first practices as well. We'll get to all that in a second. Girls hockey has been in action for a few weeks. We will stay there. It's opening day for the Penobscot Pioneers this coming Saturday. The Pioneers, a 7-school co-op who enjoyed a great inaugural season last year, open up play against St. Dom's Saturday at home at Penobscot Ice Arena. That night is also girls hockey night in Brewer. Puck drop is at 5 p.m. All youth girls hockey players will be admitted free if they're wearing their gear and identify themselves as youth hockey players. Should be a fun night at PIA. On that subject, every other winter sport besides girls hockey beginning their practices or tryouts on Monday. So that season is officially upon us for winter sports. Let's check some of those important dates to save for our team sports, starting with hockey. Like we said, girls hockey plays their first games this weekend, November 24th, the date. They've been practicing since the 6th. Regular season ends February 3rd. Regional finals are on the 14th. States are the 17th. Boys hockey begins practice on Monday. Games start December 7th. Regular season ends the 23rd. And then regional finals for Class B, semis for Class A are on March 5th. States are on the 9th. And for boys and girls basketball, the first countable games are also December 7th, right around the corner. Regular season ends on February 8th. Then our preliminary postseason matchups are the 14th. And then the week we all love, MPA basketball tournament week, February 16th through the 24th. State championships, as always, right at the beginning of March. All right, so let's go to some hoops now. The Celtics were in action on Monday, the second night of a back-to-back playing the Charlotte Hornets. Jason Tatum, it's a Monday night in Charlotte. What are you going to do? Here he is driving to the lane. They're up in the fourth quarter. This tough left-handed bucket right here gives him 40 points. So a big night for JT. But despite that, Hornets hanging around. Nervous C's fans watch as Charlotte with a chance to tie with 10 seconds left. LaMelo Ball is going to get it here right off of the inbounds. He's open. He connects for two. We are going to overtime. Celtics down one in overtime. Jaylen Brown is going to find a wide open Tatum, who connects for three more. 43. Why not? That puts Boston up two. Tied up again here, though. LaMelo Ball with it. He finds Miles Bridges, who nails the clutch three with just seconds left. Celtics with a chance to tie. Here's Tatum, and he is fouled by former Celtic Gordon Hayward. That's three shots. He makes the first two, just needs one more, and it rattles off the rim. The Celtics have to foul. The Hornets make them both. Boston loses 121-118. And to our other Boston sports team in action on Monday, Jeremy Swayman trying to lead Boston in Tampa. Lightning strike first in this one. Tanner Janot beats Swayman 6.5 minutes into the game with Charlie McAvoy all over his back, but the Bruins would answer right away. Brad Marchand flips it into Pasternak. He sends it to Pavel Zacha for the game-tying goal. That was the story of the night. Back and forth, 3-3 in the third. The puck is going to go behind the net here. James Van Riemsdyk finds Charlie Cole blasted home on the one-timer. Bruins up 4-3, but not so fast. With just seconds left in the game, Steven Stamkos is going to get it on the cross with no one near him. He beats Swayman, and we go to overtime. And in overtime, it would be Brandon Hagel who would win it for Tampa on the breakaway. B's and C's lose in overtime. Tough night for Boston. 5-4 is the final. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe for $269 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus 0 payments for 90 days. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
Hello, fellow flyers. I'm the Savvy Traveler, here to share the secrets of convenience at Bangor International Airport. Parking, you're steps away from the terminal. Inside, even more conveniences. And friendly, efficient security. All of these make BGR the official airport of you. Remember, the Savvy Travel through Bangor International Airport. FlyBangor.com.
Let's play Snake Oil. Sniff out the scam product and win life-changing money. This show's crazy. All new Wednesdays after The Masked Singer on Fox.
Welcome back. One of Maine's beloved species of bird is making a comeback. For the 6th season in a row, coastal bird biologists at Maine Audubon saw a record high number of piping plover breeding pairs. In the 2023 nesting season, 157 breeding pairs were spotted along Maine beaches. Maine Audubon says the birds even started nesting in areas that they hadn't in previous years. According to the biologists, 201 piping plovers survived until fledge age. These tiny but mighty birds have learned to tolerate the harsh beach environment, adapting to hundreds of beachgoers in the summertime. For more than 40 years, Maine Audubon has worked to restore Maine's piping plover and least tern bird populations.
We did have some plovers this year for the first time ever nest on Casco Bay Islands. And the 2 beaches out there that they nested on don't have as much length as beaches like Old Orchard do. And we still saw success out there. So that was exciting.
Is hopeful that the piping plover population will continue to grow during their breeding season on Maine's beaches for years to come. Finally tonight, a historic store on the Maine coast is getting a head start on the season of giving, and they say they want your help. America's oldest shoe store, Colburn Shoe Store in Belfast, is in the middle of its annual sock drive. The store's owner, Colby Horn, says this year's goal is to collect more than 8,000 pairs of socks. The holiday tradition started back in 2020 when United Way originally approached Horn with a much smaller challenge.
I brought this little box. And they're like, hey, we just hope you can fill this and we can get this to the shelters in the area and help those in need. My mind doesn't work that way. I said, I can fill this box. I'll fill it 10 times today.
Well, Horn is still a ways away from his goal this year and needs anyone who can to donate. As of this morning, only about 1,500 pairs of socks have been collected. That drive will be running through the middle of December, so lots of time to chip in and help out. Well, that's all for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 10.